Good morning. Good morning, people. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. I was going to say, I feel like a sneeze coming on. Oops. Let's cut that out. Okay, so today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. Here we are in Pahrump or Tucky, you choose. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. This is our daily podcast, our Monday morning daily podcast, where our goal is simple. It's to help you on your journey through life. So hopefully you have a cup of coffee with you. Very creamy. That's the oleato without milk. So what does that mean? Coffee and olive oil. Aha. Okay. So glad to hear that. Okay. Good morning, Rebecca. Number one person on here so far. Good job. Boom. Good to see you. Missed you people at the Alpha, but Tony said he would, did not set expectations that you guys would be there. Good morning, Mitch. Good morning. Let's see if that's one of the trendy trio. God bless you. Okay, so today is a big day. But anyway, part of the intro, we are here to help you on your journey through life, getting from where you are to the best possible life that you have. And we do it in two primary ways. Yes, no offense. Two primary ways. One, the most important way, is the worksheet, which is attached down below. Good morning, Wada Bevy. LOL. Right, no offense, LOL. I condemn you, Satan. No offense. Okay, so trying to not blat. Trying to get you to help you on your journey through life. Because this is a temporary, maybe 100-year place. And so we do it through the worksheet, which is on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on the website, the Love Thy Neighbor website, on the Thriving Warrior website. Those things are there, soon to be on the STS Now website, our newest website. Everything's going to be merged into STS Now, STS-Now, Sharpen the Saw Now website, which Marin and is working on, and Wada Bevy will be working on that soon too. But moving on, so that's one way, is the worksheet. That's the most important thing. That's when people say, what's your curriculum? There's no school, there's no curriculum. No, there are no students. The school is there. So the worksheet, but the other thing is this podcast. And the thing about the podcast, all it does is help you create better habits, help you replace habits with better habits. And that's about repetition. Let's talk about today's meme. What is a meme, Rebecca? Becky, not Becky. What is a meme? What is a meme? Somebody help her out. Daniel Dennett. What is a meme? Waiting. I say it every day. Good morning, Carla. Good morning. An idea that spreads from brain to brain. Right. That's what a meme is. What's the first law of power? Power perceived is power achieved. If people think you're smart, you are. So you need to know things that make you look, or you need to say things that make other people think you are smart. Like what? Like, what is a meme? Most people don't know the definition of a meme, but they've heard the word. It's just an idea that spreads from brain to brain. Okay, so what is our meme for today? Our meme for today is, what if you just forgave past harms? What if you just forgave past harms? Now, come back to that. Just let that kind of percolate in through your system. Go in through your skull, marinate through you. What if you just forgave past harms? What if you didn't hold on to them? TED Talk for today, Sebastian's song, which I think might have been the first ones that our class watched 4 weeks ago. It'd be interesting to see now how everybody's like, oh, now I get it. Right. Just imagine the next time you watch it, you're going to say the same thing. So Sebastian's song, I am my connectome. So the important thing to know is, what is a connectome? And it's a number. I'll give you a hint. It's a number. What is the connectome? And why are we watching this video? Why do we watch that TED Talk with Sebastian's song? All righty. We're going to come back to forgiveness. How are we for time? Good. I'm back. Carla, your heart should be happier. Right, Rebecca, an idea that spreads from brain to brain. Good, good, good. Sebastian got it. Sebastian's song, 2.1. I don't know on your Chromebook whether it's listed as 2.1, but it's the Sebastian song, I am my connectome. Okay, forgiveness. Forgiveness. Oh, red letter in the worksheet. Darren Hardy talking about forgiveness. It says the one word. What is the one word that will change your life? Forgiveness. And in there, one of the things he talks about was he confronted his father when he was older, saying, you know, it's because of you. I'm a workaholic. I'm blah, blah. And he was expecting the dad to apologize. And he said instead the dad snickered, saying, every parent screws up their children. You should be happy because I could have done a lot worse. You're successful. And that's the thing. And then Darren Hardy goes on to say that is true, like sage-like on a mountaintop true, that every parent screws up their kids in some way or another. Okay, no one is perfect. It's what you do after that counts. So the point would be, give them a break, forget that, forgive. Okay, so forgiveness. Let's see, was there anything else on our worksheet worth noting? Okay, forgiveness. So I would go into the jail and do Bible study. A couple key points that I would make. Jesse, oh my God, Jesse is there. Hey, Jesse, another student from, let's see, when did you start? When did Jesse, what, 2022? Yeah, we're still going strong. Good morning. What a heavy day. Boy, Jeff was on 2021. Great. And how are you doing, Jesse? Still working? Still at it? So last week we had Jeff, we had Greg on, Jeannie Newberry was on. Good. Proud of you. Proud of you, Jesse. Good job. Also, for the other people who are on here, any words of wisdom, any words of advice for the people that we have? Same type of program, nothing's really changed. Anything else that you want to add to the conversation? I go into the jails and do Bible study. One of the first things I try to stress upon people is the idea that jail is not the place you go to, it's the place you go from. Because most people say, yeah, I'm going to jail. No, jail is not the place you go to, it's the place you go from. And you get to choose how you're going to go from jail, how you're going to leave the place. Are you going to leave it better, or are you going to leave it bitter? And as a starting point of going from jail, the idea is to forgive. So the mental exercise I do is to say, okay, think about a boat, a sailboat. The sail's up, the wind is blowing, but the anchor is down. What's going to happen to the boat? The boat, the anchor is the things you haven't forgiven people for. You can't really move forward if you are holding on to things from the past. You gotta let go, move forward. Perseverance is the key. Good job. Jesse says, just follow through. Perseverance is the key. I feel like learning so much is starting to make sense. Right. Get rid of the cobwebs, cut through, boom, step into the light. It will be dragged. Okay, so forgiveness. So this is the important thing, forgiveness. Think of the people from your past who you're mad at. Oh, I'm mad at that person. Just let it go. I can't. It's too painful. No, you can. You can. If you think you can't, you can't. Just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Pause. Awkward. Okay, just let it go. Focus on the future. So one thing you can do is you can think you're driving in your car, you windshield, but in front of the windshield is a rear view mirror. How well will you drive if your focus is on the rear view mirror? Not very well, right? You need the rear view mirror sometimes to help you going forward. And what's coming up behind me? Type of thing that's going to affect my future. But the focus needs to be on the future. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Focus on what's in front of you. So again, Jordan Peterson. Where do you want to be 3 years from now? What's the highest thing you could achieve 3 years from now if you put your mind to it? What's the highest thing you could achieve? So think about that. What's the highest thing you could be achieving? He's saying, think about it on about 10 dimensions, like family. What's the highest thing? Family, friends, social life, work, education. Well, he has 10. Think about where you could be 3 years from now in all of these different areas. Cool. Now think about if you're continue on the path that you're on, where will you be 3 years from now? Okay, so focus on where you want to be 3 years from now, and your life will shape itself around that vision. And some people say create vision boards because it helps you really crystallize where you want to be 3 years from now. That what we know is that will program the RAS, your RAS, right? So we're going to learn about that on Wednesday. Once again, we'll program the RAS. So bring attention to everything that is focused on your goal. Now, what if you have bitterness as your goal? Carry around this bag of bitterness. What happens then? Your world is going to shape itself around that. And people aren't really going to like you. When they get with you and the conversation starts going, it's going to drift over towards the things that you're unhappy about, that you haven't forgiven. My life sucks because, let's see, Carla, crashed, frozen, crashed. That's why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror. Correct. Focus on the future. Jail is not the place you go to, it's the place you go from. Now, that was originally said by Martin Luther King, but he didn't say jail, he didn't say prison, he said church. And I talked to Pastor Tony about this yesterday, as I was the only person who remembered about Alpha, which is okay, different subject. But I talked to him about it and said Martin Luther King's thing to the churches was, when he would give a sermon, is this is not the place you go to, it's the place you go from. Church is not the place you go to, it's the place you go from. And you go from here, and then it segues over to Father Boyle. You go from here to marinate the world in kindness and forgiveness. So let's see. Let's talk about this week in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Over the weekend, I worked on the revised edition of the internet version of that, which is now the STS practical exercises. So I'm letting that kind of sit. So when I go back and proofread it, I can see the things that are mistaken, but it's pretty much done. So this is week 2 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Last week, orientation and overview. What do we get? The brain can be damaged. The brain can be repaired through a Brain Smart program, number 1. Number 2, IQ is vital. Know what your IQ is and find a position where you're at about 25% percentile. So you're better than 75% of the people there, or the job is, you're in the top 25%, at the top 25%. 3, addiction. Addiction is the absence of good connections with other people, not sobriety. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it is connection with other people, healthy relationships with other people. That's number 3. 4 was why humans control the planet, because we can work flexibly in large numbers. We have to focus on that. Don't be like Matt, where you don't want to work with other people. You don't want to be flexible. Work flexibly in large numbers. Be able to work with a lot of people flexibly. Number 1. Why are we able to do that? Because we create stories that we can believe. And if we believe the story, we can cooperate flexibly in large numbers. And why are we able to do that? Because we, uniquely as humans, are able to see the world in both a fictional reality and objective reality. Why are we able to do that? Because we have more neurons. Why do we have more neurons? Because when we cooked our food, when we began cooking our food, we had more time to figure out how to solve problems. We used our brain more to solve problems. We didn't use it just to find food, shelter, safety. We were able to start thinking of other things and start getting abstract thought. And because of that, we needed more neurons, and because we needed more neurons, it pushed our brains to be larger over millions of years. And that's it. This week, we're now inside my skull-sized kingdom. Inside my skull-sized kingdom. So we focus on neurons, neurotransmitters, reticular activating system. Those are the 3 things we're going to focus on this week. And we're going to see, where does our lived past, our anticipated future, our ability to simulate come from? Where do all of our feelings originate from? And what triggers the release of those feelings? So stay tuned, people. I'll see you there. Mitch, also, please confirm that you guys have rides to IOP. I have a morning pastors meeting, Trinity pastors meeting breakfast at 9 o'clock, which I will be going to. So good on you, mates. Glad that everyone was there. Good comments, good thinking, focus, and spend a little bit of time while you're driving today, or you're in the bus, or whatever you're doing, thinking about, who do I need to forgive? And a good exercise to do that is write down the name. I think this is an AA thing too. Write down who you need to forgive. And when it comes, your name should be at the top of that list, by the way. I need to forgive myself. Just let it go. If you need a Bible thing, 1 John 1:9. 1 John 1:9. 1 John chapter 1, verse 9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And then in terms of forgiving others, you can just let it go. Forgiveness is something a little bit different. Luke 17:3. We're not going to talk about that now. That's for a different time. I will see everybody around 8 o'clock. Boom. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being there. And Shivas and Shalom.